I know it's one of the last sessions of the conference. I appreciate it. I hope you'll find this interesting. So, as the title says, I'm going to be going through basically getting real-time data out of Google Analytics and then pushing that to Power BI. And the way this came about was I was working with a customer where they were doing an auction and they wanted to track the revenue throughout the day, and they never had the capability to see how they were progressing through the day. So they typically knew what their target was for the day, but without having the visibility, they weren't quite sure were they above or below. Did they need to, for instance, do things like do some Facebook marketing just to get it up, or if they're way above, or they wouldn't need to. So this is where this came about. If you've got any questions during the session, please just raise your hand, and if it's going to take too long, I might just suggest just to take it offline later. Very quickly, a little bit about me. I'm a Power BI MVP, and I'm part of a Queensland Power BI user group out of Australia in Brisbane. So there's not too many slides, just a quick overview of what I'm going to go over. So a lot of the information I'm showing today, a lot of it actually has to do with setting it up in Google in terms of getting the APIs working, all the authentication, so that in the end, when I'm putting it together, pretty much using a PowerShell script, a lot of the refresh tokens and all of those kind of things is actually just embedded in there. So when you actually execute the PowerShell script, which you can then leverage and put into Azure, for instance, it just works, So, and then obviously at the end is then just stringing it all together so you can actually see that happening in the Power BI streaming data set. I'm actually going to just skip this one, and that's pretty much it in terms of the slides. I do have one other slide here, but we'll get to that later on. So I guess what I want to start with is one of the first things to do is, because it's coming from Google, I've got to go into Google and I've got to create a project, stitch it all together so that basically I'll have an API. Yes, sorry. Oh, you should. That's interesting. Let me just try this. Thank you. Oh, hang on. It didn't. I don't think it duplicated once. There we go. Okay. Yep. Cool. So what I've got is I've got a whole lot of steps here that just step through. Typically if you start doing this for the first time, and you haven't used the Google APIs, there's just a few steps, and it did take me a little while to iron out this process and get it working so it's repeatable and it works every time. And so the first thing you got to typically do is when you starting off, you've got to create a new project. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give it the title of MBAS and go create. What I've actually done here is I've set this all up I've got a brand new website, a brand new Google account that I've set up. Everything's pretty much brand new. Obviously, I've run through it a few times, so there's one or two tests that I've done to get it working, and this does take a little bit a while. So now you can see it's actually just notifying me that I've actually created that. So once I've created that, typically one of the things you've always got to do is have the authentication set up. So in terms of setting it up, I've just got to then go through to the credentials. I've got to go create credentials, and what I'm going to use is an OAuth client ID. And what that allows me to do, it just allows me to basically store those credentials so I don't have to enter them every time. On the content screen, this is just basically the OAuth content screen, so when it pops up, it's just what's going to be prompted to the users, which you'll see a little bit later on. So in there, I'm just going to give it the application name here at MBAS. And you pretty much, you can put in file uploads and a whole lot of other details. In terms of the demo, I'm not going to put this in because it is a demo, but when you're setting up this application, you do have the options to put in a lot more detail, so people, when they click the screen that pops up, it's just got a lot more content. So I'm just going to click on save. And now that I've basically done the content screen, what I'm going to say is I want to, the application type is a web application that's going to be calling from this. I'm going to call this MBAS Web App. And what I then need to do is I need to put in the authorization redirect URL. So this is basically where it's just going to redirect to. So I'm just going to go back here to my little cheat sheet. So I can copy, that's it there, the code, and put that in there and then click on create. So what this now does is once this is done, this will give you a client ID and your client secret. So what I'm very quickly going to do is I'm just going to copy this. I have got a file open where I can basically just store all this information, which makes it a lot handier later on when I've got to put it in somewhere. Oh. So now that I've got that, I can click OK. And as you can see over here now, I've got my OAuth 2, I've got the web app and how that's all created. The next step, what I have to do is I've got to create the, again in Google, the refresh token so that when I log in, it will be able to give me a token to say, yes, you can actually run this information. And to do that, I go to the OAuth 2 playground. And the first thing you've actually got to do is you've got to click on the gear icon here. And there's a little option here that says use your own OAuth credentials. So literally the information I've just got over here, I've just got to plug that in and plug that in and click close. So what that will then do, it'll just tie it up, from my understanding, to the credentials that I've just created. Next thing, what I've got to do, I've got to go through and select and authorize which APIs do I want to be applied to this. So if I scroll down here, in this particular instance, I'm looking for I've gone a bit too far, the Google Analytics API v3. And so because I'm only interested in particularly accessing the Google Analytics API and extracting data out of there, what I now, basically you can see there's a little tick box there that says go and authorize. Against that, I click Authorize APIs. You just got to click Allow. So when I was going through this, one of the things I forgot to do is I'm like, oh, great, awesome, I've got the authorization code. So literally, if I had to copy that, you'll see in my file here, I've actually got the authorization code. And I actually don't really need that. The key here is I need the refresh token over here. And in order to do that, one of the things, because I went right through the end, got to the end and was like, why is the call not working? Why can't I see the information coming through? And I had to step back and realize, oh, I've actually got to click this button here. And what it then gives me, it goes to the next screen. But what it now gives me is this actual refresh token and the access token. So once again, the key part is the actual refresh token that I need. But what I've actually done is just to have all the information, I've just copy all the information. So now what I've got my client ID, my client secret, my authorization code, refresh code, and access token. The last bit of information that I'll need over here is the Google Analytics ID. So this is basically what I've also done on the actual site is I've already got the Google Analytics working. So it's sending the information from the website to Google Analytics. So in order to get that, I'll go to this one here, and as you can see, it's a little site that I've set up, and no one's on there. It's just one that I've actually set up. But again, it was one of these things. It took me a while to find out. Well, especially I'm working in the Microsoft space. I don't really work in Google and all of that. It took me a little while to find out. Oh, where is the actual? Where do I get that view ID that they call it? And what you do is you just go to analytics.google.com. You click on the admin screen. And right on the right-hand side, there's a setting that says View Settings. And in the View Settings, there's the actual view ID that's come up. So that's what I actually want to store and save in here. Are there any questions so far with regards to this? I know for a demo, it all makes sense. It all seems to work. It's often, let me try to do this on my own, and you get to a point, and you're like, oh, why is it not working? Or, I do plan to put this into a blog post. I'm probably going to split the blog post up into maybe one or two, because while talking to it, it's pretty quick, but stepping it out. I mean, this is this is my cheat sheet, which is 29 pages long. So, and a lot of it is pretty detailed, and I'm going, well, I might just step it up. But definitely I do want to put this out because it just makes it easier to, you can follow something. Yeah, for sure. So now that I've got that, what I pretty much have is the key 3 things that I need is the client ID, the client secret, and the refresh token. So let me just go over here. Okay. So the one thing you can do, which is awesome, is they do give you the option to use the Google API Explorer. Hang on, before I get there, I think I've actually missed a step. Yes, I have. Okay. So the last thing I need to do is I actually still need to go through and enable the API for the project that I've created. So while at this point in time, I've enabled the OAuth, I've got the refresh tokens, but I still actually haven't enabled the API for the project that's going to be authenticated. So if I go back to dashboard, you see over here, there's this big button that says, enable API and services. Which APIs do you want to enable? So over here, if I just search for, if I can spell, and what I want to do is I want to use the analytics. Even though there's this Google Analytics reporting, the difference is that is for reporting out of Google Analytics. What I'm doing is I don't want the reporting. I actually just want to pull data out of Google Analytics. So that was one of the other things, is all these small little things where I first clicked, I want Google Analytics, picked the top one, didn't work. Why didn't it work? Why is it not working? So I actually just want to click the Analytics API, and you actually just need to enable it. So for the project that's selected over here, I'm now saying, okay, I've now enabled the API for that to work. And as you can see, there's nothing, I've just enabled it. So it's actually just happening. So the next step from there is they give you the capability here to use the API Explorer so you can actually almost test it to make sure, is everything in place? Is it all working before you go on to the next step? So what you can do over here is I can now put in the IDs, which is basically it all starts with the GFI to try it like this. And I think this one is actually that one there. Yep. So if I had to try this and authorize and execute, what will now happen is it's saying, okay, do you want to authorize? I say yes, I want to authorize and execute. And what you'll see now, it'll come up with an error. And the error is it's saying you need to put the GA in front. So if I just go back here and I go GA : and say execute. Now what you'll see, it's actually gone through, and the key part here is where it says this total users. So if I go back to the site here, there's a whole one of me, and I go back here and I execute that, I should now see that I now have got one active user. Obviously on a lot of sites, depending what information you're pulling out of the Google Real-Time Analytics API, comes back to how your websites have been set up. And my real-world example was where they were tracking the revenue from the buttons that people were clicking. So they knew from Google Analytics how much revenue they were generating throughout the day. So they weren't so much interested in how many people were on their site as how much revenue is the site generating. So what this does over here is this is great because it not only shows me that it's working, it also shows me the actual request in terms of if I want to now take that and put it into something that I want to use. Are there any questions so far? No, cool. So moving on from there, the way that I got this up and running is by using PowerShell. And don't get me wrong, I'm no PowerShell expert. I'm more like a PowerShell hacker, copy and paste code, try and figure things out. But what I often find is PowerShell is actually pretty flexible, and you can do a lot with it, especially when you're just copying and pasting other people's code. I find it's relatively easy to follow, and often there's loads of comments in there, so it just says, fill this in here, fill this in that. I sometimes, honestly, do not understand the pieces in between. They just seem to work. So I'm like, well, as long as they work and get me what I want, and it is pretty reliable, and it just keeps on working. And the great thing with using things like PowerShell and that is you can run it locally on your machine, or you can put that into Azure. I've forgotten the name of the service. there's a whole lot of Azure services, Azure functions, where you can actually run PowerShell code as an Azure function. So you can have it, what they call these totally serverless things. So it's just running in the cloud, and you don't have to have a machine on like this that's running and updating things for you all the time. So the first thing I wanted to do again is test the last part of getting all this data in from Google Analytics is to now say, okay, the first part is I want to grab that data and then bring it down using PowerShell. So what I then did is I have got up to here, I'll just copy this. So let me just bring this down a bit here, step through this. So pretty much what I've got in this PowerShell script is, as the information I've stored before, what I have is I've got the refresh token here, the client's ID, the client secret, which I've commented in terms of, those are the key pieces of information you need. And the last bit of information you need is the view ID. So what a combination of these does is the first part over here basically gets that authorization token that says, yes, you can access this data. And the last bit I'm pretty much doing over here is I'm going to the Google Realtime API where I'm putting in my view ID and getting the active users. And the last bit here is I'm just putting this into a variable, and this last bit here is just basically using that get command to go and run it against that API. So just to quickly plug that information in. So if I just scroll up over here, I've got my refresh token, which I'll just pop in there, and I'll pop in the client ID and the client secret. And the last little bit of information I need over here is the view ID, which I have over here. So now, the last thing I can do is actually just run this, and what I should get back is an error. No, it's not an error. What have I? A client secret. What is it saying here? Unauthorized. Did I copy some? Oh, there we go. What I think it's because I've got spaces over here, and that's where sometimes this can get a bit finicky. Let me just try again. There we go. So yeah, it's like this kind of thing. The only challenge often with something like PowerShell and that is it comes up here and it just says, unauthorized, and you're like, well, especially starting up with this is often, is my refresh token or one of those things wrong, or in this instance it was just a space that was missing in terms of bringing that through. So sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge to get that right. But what I'll do as part of when I do put this up in a blog post is to have like a reference of what it looks like, because that's what I've done in the past, is when there's a full working version, is there a space or is there not a space, can sometimes be the difference between you spending half an hour trying to figure something out when it's actually always been right. There's just that little space that's missing between it. So as you can see over here, setting up the Google API and all those kind of things, I can now see pretty much, if I go over here, I'm returning that value there, which is 1. So I'm actually getting something back out of the Google API. Are there any questions with regards to getting this far? Cool. So now the next fun part, or the better part, is now actually I'm done with Google. I've got it all set up. It's all coming through. I'm now going to go into Power BI and I'm going to set up a real-time streaming data set so that I can actually now bring this information in and see it in Power BI. So what I've done is I've just set up a new app workspace. I haven't done anything to it yet. And I'm just going to click on this sneaky little skip button, which often takes a little thing to see. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go create, and I'm going to go, okay, I want to create a streaming data set. So you get 3 options here, which is an API, an Azure Stream, or a PubNub. So I'm going to say, no, I'm pulling some information from I'm going to stream it into the Google Analytics API. So I'll just click on that and go next. It says what I want to name it, so I'm just going to keep it consistent, give it the name of MBAS. I'm going to call this num users, and that's going to be a number. And over here, I'm just going to put date time, and I'm going to call that date time. What I am going to do over here, there is an option which says historic data analysis. So what that means, the difference is when that historic data analysis is off, it only keeps 200 rows, and it'll just be first in, first out, and it'll just keep a 200 rows rolling window. What you can do by clicking that on is it will then persist the data. It actually persists it to an Azure SQL database in the background that it then uses to refresh this data real time. And one of the things I've actually done, I'll show you at the end, is I've got this just running on my actual website, because I thought there was a limit in terms of what will happen. You know, I think it said there was, I don't know why I thought there were, well, maybe a few million rows before this historic data analysis will actually stop working, but for me it just seems to be working, so I'm not sure if it does the first in and first out in the background with regards to that. What also happens is when you have, I'll show you here what happens. So if I leave that off and I click create, what actually happens is it creates the schema. The great thing here is what it also does is it actually gives you the code depending on what you're going to use to put this data into the streaming data set. So it's got the raw, the curl, or my favorite friend PowerShell, is if I now take this, I can actually just copy this code over here. And if I have to go in here and click new, I could then actually take this and just simply run it. And I'll show you in a second how that works. So what I can now do is I can click done. And as you can see over here, what I now have is I have my data set, which will show me it's an API data set, but one of the key things that I don't have here is I can't create a report out of this data set because the data is not persisted. So what I can do is I can just come back here, I can just turn that back on and click done. Give it a couple seconds, and now if I refresh this, I'll now have the capability to create a report. So what I can do here is, the easiest way for me is, obviously I haven't done anything yet. So if I put that in here like this, and I go back, so this is the PowerShell script that I had copied and pasted before. So as you can see, it's pretty much just as it is. So now what I can do is if I just actually run that, that'll go through, and if I come here and I click refresh, I can now see that information on there. So this is a great way to just test to make sure. So if I change that to say 99, and I'll make this a minute later, because in theory you could put in any time, and I'll run that again. What I now have is if I refresh that again, I can now see, so from the Power BI side and just refreshing that data and actually making sure it's working and streaming into the data set is also, it's actually working and it's great. So now what I want to do is let me just save this report. And what I now want to do is, the only way you can currently say you're working on this, you're testing it like, okay, that's dummy data, I don't want that data anymore. The only way to actually clear it is you actually got to go in here, you got to turn this off, which in theory deletes that table that's sitting somewhere in Azure, and then I can go back here and then click it back on and click done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my report quickly, and if I click refresh, that should disappear. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pin this to a dashboard. So now what I should do is if I click on the dashboard, I should see, obviously there's nothing on there yet, but I've actually pretty much got it set up. So now what I need to do is I actually want to stitch the two pieces together. So this is the first part where I've got the information coming from Google Analytics, and it's coming down, and the second part is over here, and now I have got I'm sending that information back into the Power BI service. So what I'm going to do is, let me just grab the second part of this here because it's all commented, is if I just go back to this first section where I actually know I have got it working, and I just paste that in over there, all that I actually need to do is from here, I need to take this URL, what they call the endpoint here. So if I just copy that and I come over here and I'll paste that in there, as you can see, it's got this super long string. And if I just had to show you what I'm doing over here, the first thing I'm doing is, because I'm pushing this information and I want to get my current date and time, so it's just going to be consistent with the reporting, or the time zone that you're in with when you're doing that. And then what I've got here, we'll see if this works, because I can see here I've previously named this users and date and time, is I'm getting this variable here that I've stored before called total rows, and I'm substituting that in here into my users and with the same one. And all that I'm doing over here, what I had to figure out, is the int is just converting that from a string to an int, because when I set up the real-time streaming data set, I said it's a number so that it can chart it over time. And then once again, this is now just posting that up to the Power BI service. So let me just make sure that if I just refresh this to make sure at least someone's on it. If I now run this, first of all, I want to make sure it comes back and it says no. So what I'm thinking is it's because of that. The remote server. Let me just make sure. Oh, that looks good. I just wonder if it's not. It might be. What I'm thinking is, I'll just change that to that and go done. And I'll go back over here. Just click off of that. There we go. So now what should happen is if I go back to over here, there was an issue. Oh, no, well, it's because I've changed the difference of that. So let me just do that. Let me go back to my report, because obviously it's now not called num users, it's called users. So if I just go back here and I get rid of that and I refresh that, I can now see, okay, users, which is better. No, let's just get rid of it, start again. And I do that. Interesting. See details. They exist. Okay. Don't save. Let's just go back here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just delete it. Just as probably, I'm not quite sure. Did I not? I've clearly broken something. Yeah, well, yeah, because over here that's just number and date, and I'm not sure. Let me just do this. I've got a funny feeling that because it had that, it might have persisted that information. Let me just go back here. Because I think what this will do is the table might have been called num users in the background that it auto creates. And that's why, even though it's showing it as users, because the date time column hasn't changed, but the other one has. So let's just see if I just do that. No. Just want to see here. Sorry, just give me a second. Please update the field that exists in the data set. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to very quickly, I do have lots of time, I've been flying through this. So let's just go over here, users, number, date, time, put that on, create. Because what I actually need is that. Let's just say done. Data sets. Let's just see over here. Okay. Let's put that in a table. It just makes it a bit easier to see. Let me just save this. Base 2. Right, so if I go back over here and I copy that, probably easier just to do that because the URL will be different. If I run that, it says 1, and if I refresh this, it says 1, and then let me just pin this back onto that dashboard. So now I should see 1. So if I had to go here and I had to say I want to see total rows plus 101, and I had to run that, no, that will work there. And then what I should see over there is that's coming through. So if I'm quick enough, let's just make that 103, and I run that, there we go. So you can see it will literally, it takes a second or two, but it's pretty much, as fast as you can send the data in, it will actually send that information also up onto the dashboard. So it just depends on what the requirements are in terms of how real time they want it. Often a minute is fast enough. Some things it's not. Real time data sets is always what is real time or near real time, as they call it. Are there any questions? No questions?
How much do you have to pay for Google services together?
Nothing. Well, I think it depends on which Google services you're leveraging. So, for instance, just to show you a working example, this is the real-time one that I've have had running for. So you can see over here, obviously my laptop time's still in Australian time zone, but just to show you, there's 4:47, it's 4:47. This has been running for a long time, and I pretty much I don't pay anything. I've got this set up in Google, on my website, the Google Analytics is running. I've set it all up exactly the same, and there's no cost for me with that. I think it depends on what you're leveraging the Google Analytics API. It says, well, I'm only pushing this once every minute on this particular one here. So if we wait another minute, you'll actually see it should auto update. So it's roughly, or if that says 13, if the servers are synced. Because this is what I've currently done is I've just got a VM where I've got my gateway running, and I've just put the PowerShell on that VM, and that just runs once every minute. That's literally just executing this piece of code once every minute and just coming through. So there we go. You can now see it's 4:48, and it just keeps on auto updating.
And then do you have limitations in Power BI in regards to space? Because it's not in live data, and some companies do seconds.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends there. That's where you get the historic data analysis. So, where it's actually persisting it into a SQL table, or if you got something where you're hitting it every second, you only you're looking for something, in my opinion, that's you want to see it immediately. But once it's gone, you're not interested in storing that information because it's probably being historically stored somewhere else. So when the historic analysis is turned off, it just keeps 200 rows of whatever that is. So if you're hitting it every second, it's 200 seconds. So what it is if I had to just go back to, let's just go back to this one here just to show you. If I go over here and I say, okay, or actually I can go into the dashboard and I can say I want to add a tile, you get the option here for your custom streaming data. And what I can do is you can either add a streaming data set, or I can say, okay, I want to add from this one. I click next. I'll say, okay, I want to add a value, which is users, and is it not? Oh, sorry, card. Let me change this. For instance, let me change this to a line, just make it a bit easier. So over here, I can say on my axis, I want, date, time, and what I can say is, just on the values, okay, I want users, and what you get over here is the time window, and that window is how big's the window. Do you want 1 second? Because, so you might say, okay, I only want the window to be 1 minute. So it's going to be a rolling 1 minute. And in there, you could have it every second or every half a second. So if I had to say over here, so let's say 10, and I had to go, let's just do that and go apply. What you can now see is because there's no data come in, it's not actually, that doesn't look like it's it's showing anything. So if I had to go 4, and I run that, what I should see is that come in, and that should, but sometimes it's I think it's, let me just run that. I know there's sometimes, so that's coming in. Sometimes this thing is a bit of a, what do I think it's, I've just forgotten off the top of my head, but as you can see over here, that's just a different, so you just have that rolling window of it's just showing all the time. And because this is a dashboard, you don't have to refresh the dashboard. So if you've got this running on screens, it just keeps on updating all the time. Yes.
Can you have live data for a year, or you use it to 60 minutes?
You probably, for real-time limit, there will be a limitation, because also, I guess over time, if you're doing it every second, it's going to be really squashy. You're not going to be able to see the potentially the deviations, or are we above or below those requirements. But what I did see is there was a demo earlier this week in Power BI Desktop where you can have the refreshing data, that you can do a direct query off a source, where potentially you could have one particular tile that is real time, and the other stuff could also be, but it's not, it's a longer period of window. So you might have something that's your last 10 minutes, and then you could have another tile which is an hour, and another visual that's hourly, another visual which is daily, so you can see, okay, right now this is happening, but in the last hour, how did that, say, affect our production, and daily, how that affected your production.
Yeah, our case is that, let's say we had last week a campaign.
Yep.
We run it afterwards, analyze.
Yes.
We have the effect that we wanted.
Yeah, yep.
And then we can unzip for the in front of the screen that our.
Yes.
So we have to go back to show the figures.
Yeah, so what you can do is you can, obviously, this is all the real-time Google Analytics API. That's all stored in Google Analytics also. So what you can do is there is a connector that you can actually just extract that data out of Google, out of the analytics. Which will be more, it won't be, because they store that data, won't be stored per second, but it will be stored per minute. So you can actually extract that out to see that's this exact same information, but just because they also persisted, you can actually just use Power BI to extract that out. Yeah, so what you can do is if you go, this one here is, so if I go over here, I go get data, and I'll go Google Analytics. So it can get a bit tricky, because the one I'm showing is real time, so it's always monitoring it. It's like pinging it all the time. Versus if I had to go over here, I'll just go into this one. Let me just put on my password. If I can get it right, I sometimes don't. Let me just, got to be better safe than sorry these days. Yes. So allow. So if I go connect. So now what you'll see is, if I go to my actual site, and a few clicks, what I have over here is this is all the Google Analytics data that's actually persisting and storing for me. I'll get to your question now. So say, for instance, I go session, and I want number of hits. What I can do is I can say, okay, that's the number of hits, and then I could say, okay, under time, I want the date, and then say I want the hour. So, and I'll go, if I just go edit, I'll just edit this just so you can, if there's something that I want to do. So that's what I'm interested in. So if I wanted that information, what you can do is you can actually go to add it. No, it does this. It's actually a little bit finicky. It is a little bit finicky, but it's, so for instance, let's just say I say, okay, that's the information. I now want to analyze my campaign. You've got all that metadata stored, and it's really good. If you create all your custom fields, it does get a little bit tricky because it is in there. You've just got to find where it's stored that information in to be able to, if you've got a particular campaign name, that kind of thing. But let's say, for instance, I go over here and I want to do that. I can now see that information, and now you just in Power BI, you can do all your normal things, filter, slices, etc. And it just, you can create that data set, send it up to the service, schedule refresh it. So on a daily basis or whatever that is, it'll just auto refresh so people can then analyze. So once you've got potentially, let's just say, let's just say I'll go back here and I think I've actually got to click on this add items here. Yeah. So let's just say I'll go under traffic sources over here and I'll say source. What that should do, it gives me that. So let me just say, okay, cool. So let's just assume that the source could be potentially your campaign name. And obviously, depending on how much data you have, and because obviously, if you just go by date, it's going to group it by date, or if you go by hour, it's going to get longer. But then what I could do is I could just come in here, say, I want to filter by that, and that looks terrible. So let me just make this a little bit bigger. Just give me a sec. If they changed that. Oh, there it is there. Sorry. I'm just looking for this so I can add search. So let's just say I just want to go like that and just go Facebook and go, just click on all of them. I could then see, okay, well, for those particular campaigns, these are the hits or whatever that metric is that you're recording in Google Analytics. And then, at least your users can then leverage that. Cool. Here's the question at the back.
Yes, Google have a limitation where you can only get like only 7 dimensions.
Yes.
Import. Can you add an item like time or custom dimensions?
Yes.
I guess it's only 7 dimensions. Do you have any workaround for that? Like how do you handle if you want to get like more than 7 dimensions you want to report?
Yeah, so the question is in Google Analytics, if you have more than 7, it limits you to, I think it's 7 plus the metrics or something. Yeah, there's definitely a limit in terms of each one that you bring in, how many you can bring in. So what I've typically done is I've actually brought them, create the first one, and typically you're always monitoring things over time with date. Not very, I've found sometimes you need by hour, but typically most organizations are by date, unless you're looking for something very specific on a particular, on a day you want to see the ramp up and that. So what I've done for other organizations is I've just used date as my join field. And then what I've done is I've created one and then created a second one, removed all those items, and then kept the dates. And then what I've done is then I've just merged the two together on date. So I've actually, I've appended the two. So I've got table 1, table 2. And so this has got, say, this week's date. This has got next week's date with the different metrics. But when you overlay them, when you bring it back in here, it's going to bring those dates into one date, so you can actually have it running across like that. So that's how, because typically when you have multiple tables, you've got to find something that's common between them to join them together. So that's pretty much how I've done it. So when you append the tables, this might have, say, hits. On the first one, it'll have the hits. On the rest, they're all nulls. But then on your second one, it's got the dates and it's got those values there. So when it all comes together for a particular date, and you're saying sum this column, it's just going to sum the values, it'll ignore the nulls. And when you're comparing to hits and sessions, it's going to ignore the nulls and then sum the sessions, but it'll group it on the visual so that you can actually see that information. Cool. Any more questions?
I have one.
Yes.
It's not out the API.
Yeah.
On your slicer,
Yep.
you have an option that I don't see, and that is to add the search at the top.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's a little trick you got to do is when you click on it, over here under more options, there's options for search. So is it a text?
Well, not this one.
Yeah, so it's got to the data type's got to be text to make it searchable. Yeah, someone showed me that a few months ago. I didn't even know it existed. I went, oh, so you can actually, because especially when you have something like this, and there's just, sometimes you got a whole lot of customers and all of that. Just makes it real easy. Yes.
And you mentioned the differences when creating a connection to Google
Yeah, so the question is the difference between Google BigQuery and Google Analytics. I actually haven't worked with Google BigQuery. I haven't had any customers but I'm not sure. With Google BigQuery, I actually haven't touched it. I haven't read about it. All that I do know is I saw someone tweeting the other day who was using it, saying that apparently if you query 1K of data, they charge you for like 10 megs. So there's actually, like the way their costing model is it'll be great if, obviously it's fairly new, so it'll evolve in that. So, but some people I've seen, said it's really good, and obviously I'm not quite sure if it isn't. I'm not sure it's an option in here because. Oh, there it is. There, yeah. So I actually haven't used it. I wouldn't be able to comment on that, unfortunately. Cool. Okay. Pretty much just go to my final slide is if you want to follow me on Twitter or get more information. I do plan on putting this on the blog with all detailed steps and just more detail. And so if you want to go and do this yourself, you actually can go and do it. And as mentioned before, the great thing is you can actually do this for free. It's more, the only cost is your time. So if you've got the time to do it and it's something you can say, hey, especially in your organizations, it's something that potentially people haven't seen as before. It's really great for them to go, oh, wow, this is actually what's happening in real time. So thanks a lot once again for attending my session. Thanks.